Hello, 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 and welcome to the greatest 25 minutes that you're going to have on a Sunday evening, because today I am fired up. I'm really fired up, like super fired up, because I'm going to share with you 10 ways that you can make $400 in the next 24 hours. So while everybody starts jumping on, and before we go and do anything, I am going to share this over to our community page because there's so many people that need to hear this today. I'm going to be sharing 10 ways that you can make $400 in the next 24 hours. You can absolutely do this. I have done it many, 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 many times. And part of the reason that I wanted to come on and do this is, excuse me, just distracted as I try and share this around, is because so many people have come out of our wardrobe challenge this week and come out of podcasts and connected with us and said things like, I would so love to join your course, but I just can't find $400 at the moment. And the way that my brain works, which is there's an answer to everything, nothing's too hard, all of that kind of thing, just makes me want to say, here, I'm going to help you to eliminate some of the challenges that you feel around money, because money is really about mindset stuff. So I'm going to come and help you do that. I'm just going to share this into the group. So if you're not in our Art of Decluttering community yet, can I suggest that you come over and join us? It's so much fun over there. Lots of before and afters happening this week. So let's write this. We're going to go 10 ways to make $400 in the next 24 hours. So say hello if you're already here. I can see we've got 4 or 5 people already on. Come and say hello. Let me know who I'm chatting to today. And I'm also going to share this onto my business page. So bear with me while I do this. And Kirsty, if you're coming on, feel free to share this on your business page as well, because I'm sure there are people who are interested in our course who would love to hear more about this. So 10 ways to make $400 in the next 24 hours. We're going to share that. Okay. So come and say hello. I want to see who I'm talking with, who's here, what are you doing on a Sunday night? You're just coming and hanging out. It's 8 o'clock now in Melbourne. So we clicked over daylight savings last night, which was great. We put our clocks back before the kids went to bed, so we kind of felt like we got 8 hours, even though we totally didn't. All about the psychology of it, and if I can trick myself, then I've got more luck of tricking my kids. Hello, Justine. Lovely to have you on. So, Justine, give me a yes if you're keen to make $400 in the next 24 hours. I know I sure am. So, part of the reason that people ask the questions like, oh, I can't afford to do your online course, Kirsty and Amy, and it's just overwhelming, like $400, where am I going to find that kind of money? I want you to think about what clutter does. So when clutter is in your house, clutter actually creates waste. So clutter in and of itself is waste. It's things that you don't need, love, or use. And so those areas of waste create waste in terms of financially. So if you think about food that you're wasting, well, that's wasted finances, because if you're throwing food out, you're throwing money out. Or we've just done our wardrobe challenge, right? So when you're getting rid of all these items of clothes, lots of people were throwing out clothes they'd worn maybe once or twice or not at all. And so the clutter in our wardrobes creates financial tension because we're buying things that we just don't use. Lots of people talk about in our course. In fact, Zoe, we did a live, Kirsten did a live with Zoe about an hour or two ago. And she was talking about the freedom that she found in her study after having done our course. And one of the things that struck me with what Zoe said was that that when you're distracted and you've got clutter around paperwork, you lose time, and time is money. I was like, oh, that's so true, that people just kind of feel there's so much waste, but how do you get out of the cycle of clutter causing waste to change your mindset to go, I need to invest in getting rid of the clutter, because the long-term payoff is that you'll have reduction in your waste. So you'll save time, save money, all those kind of things when you declutter, but it's about making that initial decision that I care about this enough, and this is important enough to me to do something about it. so we've had quite a few people join the course in the last 24 hours. I woke up this morning and there were emails going, such and such has joined the course. So I'm sure that there's plenty of you considering it, and that's why you're jumping on and having a look at this. Justine, been meaning to start the 5-day declutter. You'll get there. That's totally fine. It is there for you. You have lifetime access to that. So Justine, whenever you decide to do it, it will be waiting. But if you find that the procrastination perhaps is the bit that's struggling, you may find that coming into our online course is the best answer for you, so that you can not just do your wardrobe, but have a total mindset and habit change as well. So one of the things we found in the last couple of rounds, and we've heard it a couple of times already this round of the course, so this is round 4 that we're launching and is about to begin in 3 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time, hold on, it's the 7th. 2 weeks we begin, so that's exciting. Is some people will be messaging us back and forth or emailing us, and they'll say, when's the next time you're running this? I can't afford it now, but I'd like to save up till next time. Do you know, in all of the time that we've been running this course, nobody has saved up and done it next time. Because if you can't afford $400 now, it's unlikely you're going to be able to afford $400 in 3 months' time. And the reason for that is it's not often actually about the money. It's usually about your thinking, your mindset, and the way that things work around money. And so my mission tonight is simply to give you some solutions and to give you some answers. And I'm going to give you 10 different ways that you can make $400 in the next 24 hours. Some of them require a bit more effort than others. Some of them are one phone call, and I think you'll have your $400. So I'm going to get started. Let me tell you why it's worth doing these things. Because $400 is $400. There's only a certain amount you can do with $400. You can't get $400 and spend it 6 times. So once you've got this $400, I want you to decide what you'd like to do with it. For some of you, obviously, that's to join our online course. And that will change the way your family runs, change the way your mind feels, change your clutter feel, all those kind of things. I can see lots of people are joining. Oh, hello, 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 Di. Oh, I can't even keep up with all your comments, sorry. But once you've decided what you want to get your $400 for, there is so much more motivation in getting it. So if you're just doing this for the sake of being like, oh, I've got no purpose for the $400, I'm not convinced that you'll actually keep it going, right? I'm not convinced that this will be something that you're going to give everything to in the next 24 hours. However, if you decide in your mind, no, this is really important to me, my family is feeling overwhelmed, my family is not coping with the clutter, I'm not coping, I need a clear head, I need accountability, I need some new habits, I need some new routines in my family, then once you've set your mind to that, then actually going out and doing some of these things I'm going to share with you will be so much easier because you'll have the motivation. Yes, absolutely, Justine. Awesome. Hey, Amy. Hey, Roxanne. Hey, Heidi. Holy Joy. So many of you here. And so the $400 is not just about the $400, right? Because it's $400. It's just some pieces of paper, some coins, or a figure on your computer screen. Actually, what this $400 can do is it can free your family to live their best life. It can free you of the mental clutter of a home that is overwhelmed. It can, as Jess shared today, it can help you to stop yelling at the kids because you're always running behind time because you can never find what you're looking for. It can help you get on top of your finances. I've had clients who have gone from being in debt to coming out of debt because they've been able to declutter and take control of those areas of their lives. You might find that it helps you have a better marriage. You'll find that when the cleaner comes, you don't have to rush around and do the pre-clean for the cleaner. You save money by not buying things that you already own. You change your mindset. You have friends pop over. So many benefits, and I want you to keep those things in mind while I share with you these 10 things that you can do in the next 24 hours to earn, make, or save $400. Okay, so if your mindset or habit has been, hi Christine, if it has been to say in response to, I want to join this online course, but it's $397, and your immediate thought is, I can't afford that, I want you to see if you can possibly change your I can't afford that to I'm going to choose whether or not to spend the money on that, right? So you feel like you've got control. Instead of I can't, it's I'm going to decide whether or not. And then once you get to whether or not, what about that next step, which is I am going to make it happen? And so if you're at the I'm going to make it happen stage, then these 10 things are going to work for you. So the very first thing, and it's an easy thing, is to claim any Medicare rebates that are outstanding. So Medicare have an app, which makes it really, really simple. So if anyone in your family that is on your Medicare card have any outstanding claims to make, that money is yours, is available to you, but nobody is going to chase it up for you. That's your job. So if you have any outstanding claims, you've seen a specialist or you've had tests done, anything that you get a rebate for, even going and visiting the doctor, if you haven't done that yet, do that and see how much money you can find that's out there in the Medicare bank world that is just waiting for you. So claim any Medicare rebates is number one. The number two suggestion is bank any checks that are outstanding to you. Now, when I initially thought of this one, I thought, well, nobody has checks anymore. That's a bit silly. But then I keep thinking about it, and I have clients that have had checks for their bond refund. So if you've moved house and you've got a bond back from your renters, usually that comes in the form of a check. And I have had multiple clients whose homes I've gone to, and there's an $800-900 check sitting in the filing cabinet because I just haven't gotten around to banking it. And then I was out to dinner with a girlfriend, and she told me the strangest story that she had to get a refund on some shoes, and instead of refunding her properly, head office sent her a check. Who does that anymore? So if you have a check that someone has sent you, I want you to bank it, and that can go towards your $397. All right, number three is take an overtime shift. So I'm not suggesting that you like permanently take an overtime shift. Like, okay, I'm going to take every Saturday morning for the next 2 years. I'm suggesting that you take just one overtime shift if that's available to you. If you work in retail, that might be a shift, or if you're in nursing or health, or maybe you work for yourself and it's taking one extra client on for that month, just enough to earn the extra $400, because your time is valuable. And if the thing holding you back from decluttering your home is just $400, like if that is the only thing holding you back, then taking an extra shift at work could be the solution for you. Number four, I'm going to fly through these because I've got so many to share. Number four is to go on a treasure hunt around your house. And that is to collect coins and notes that are in places around your house but are not in current circulation. So what that could look like is if you have maybe coins in your ashtray in your car, or actually, great example, I'll see if I've got any. I don't, but often I have money in there. Actually don't have any money in there at the moment. That's awesome. But if you've got money hidden in your phone, if you've got money in a pocket in your handbag, maybe you've got money at the front door, like we've got a little, just like a little bucket where if we got coins, we chuck them in there. Go and find all these bits and pieces of money, bedside tables, if you've got a card or a gift voucher that you can go and use those things, because that money energetically is waiting for you to notice it and do something with it. And I would love it, and Kirsty would love it, if the thing that you can do with those coins and notes that are around the house is invest that into your home and into you. So you may think, oh, I'm not going to find that much, but I've worked with clients and we've easily found $150, $200 in doing that challenge. So that's number four, is collect coins and notes from around your house and your car. Number five, this is possibly the easiest one on the list. If you thought finding coins from around the house was easy, this is even easier. I want you to ring your insurance company and ask them for a $400 reduction in your annual premium. That's it. Call them, say, and give them a specific number. I need to save $400 this year on my premiums. What can we do? And so you might be able to combine policies. You might be able to change what your, what's the thing called, like the bit that you pay? It's not the premium, like it's the overheady kind of thing. Someone can tell me what the name of that is. But you might be able to say, oh yeah, for the next year, actually, I'm happy to increase that by $250 if that reduces what my premium is. I've got a couple of tricks for ringing insurance companies. Often an insurance company will have a certain amount of bonuses that they can give per week. And so if you call an insurance company on like a Friday night, so I'm with Yui, and I call them every couple of months and renegotiate our insurance policies. But I always do it on a Friday night. And I always, 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 always have had a premium reduction. I've literally never gotten off the phone to my insurance company in 10 years without a reduction. And that means that it goes down every year. Like, people expect that their insurance is going to go up, but I'm telling you, it doesn't have to. So it's just such an easy way to do it. If you want to declutter your home and you want to have that freedom and that joy that you can get, ring your insurance company and ask them for a $400 reduction. And you might think that seems like a lot, but if you've got a car or two, you've got a house, you've got your contents, maybe you've got an investment property or a boat or a caravan, all of those things added up, or maybe you've got life insurance, all of those things added up can actually quite easily work out to a $400 reduction. So that's one of the suggestions of how you can earn $400 in the excess. Thank you, Justine. That's exactly what I was trying to get to. And that doesn't mean your excess always has to be higher. It might just be for the next 12 months, so you can come and join our course. Okay, number 6. Was that number 5? Yes, insurance company number 5. Number 6 is a really cool one, and I did it to test it to make sure it could work. Ring your bank and say to them, I am trying to declutter my home and I need $400 in order to join a course and have that, like, that's going to cost me $400, and I would like you to waive our home loan annual fee for this year so that I can afford to do that. So most annual fees for home loans are about $400. So I did this 2 years ago, and I rang them and said, for us, it was, I wanted to become a barefoot investor, and I think it was $397 as well. And I was like, how am I going to make an extra $400? There wasn't room for it in our everyday budget. But as I said, like, my brain goes, not I can't, but I'm going to choose, do I want to or do I not? And I did want to. I was like, I'm going to make it happen. And so I rang our bank and I told them exactly what oh my gosh, Felicity, you've just made my day. Have a look at Felicity's comment. I just got my house and contents down $600. This is why it works. Felicity's in our course, so she knows that this stuff works. So I rang my bank when I wanted to become a barefooter, and I said, I need $400 and da-da-da-da. And they said, oh, no, look, we can't. I said, look, I would love to speak to someone who has the capacity to make this happen. And so they put me through to someone, and I explained the story, and they went, oh, as a one-off, Amy, we can't promise that we'll do this ever again. I said, that's fine. I just need it as a one-off. And so I got my $400 reduction, got my $400, and I went and I became a barefooter. So this stuff really does work. Felicity, that is so exciting. So $600, you could shout a friend to come and do the course with you. I love that. I love that. Okay, so we've got, these are the easy ones. Some of these are really easy. Ring your insurance company, get them to reduce your premiums. Ring your bank and ask them to waive your annual fee. So with this bank one, it's really about that one-off expense. How do you get them to waive a one-off expense? Or if your credit card costs you hundreds of dollars per year in interest or in credit card fees, ring them and say, hey, I need $400, how can you help me out? The next one I did just this week because I want to put my money where my mouth is, quite literally. And I rang up my bank and I said, I want to save $400 in the next year in interest. How can you help me? And so thank you, Felicity. The course is so worth it. No, I agree. I'm loving the amount of people that are joining the course at the moment. So don't miss out. Don't pay full price. Come in tonight and join us. So I rang my bank this week, and my challenge was to save $400 over the next 12 months on interest alone. So I wanted to try it from a different perspective. I've done the insurance thing. I've done the mortgage annual fee, but I've never rung a bank and said, I want to save this much money and I want to do it over 12 months and I want it to be because of interest, right? So I rang this week, rang the bank. It took about 4 minutes. And they're like, yep, and I think I saved $515 or something like that. And Cal was in the background laughing. He's like, that was ridiculous. That was too easy. I'm like, I know, that was absolutely insane. They knocked a few points off my interest rate, which was already below the normal home loan interest rate. And we saved over $500 in 3 minutes, right? So this stuff is doable. I just want you to think creatively, like think outside the box. if you've got a home loan, if you've got an investment property, like think, how can I get these things lower? Oh, it just makes me excited because I don't want money to be the thing that holds you back from experiencing freedom in your home. That was number 7, to reduce your interest rates on your home loan. Number 8 is to sell some electronics around your house. Again, I've done this one. I've seen it work. My kids have made $500 in the last 2 weeks by selling stuff online. And selling electronics is the quickest way to make stuff online. Probably up there actually with baby things, like if you've got a pram or a pusher or a cot or a bouncy thing. I don't know, my kids are too old for that stuff now. But electronics are easy because most families have excess electronics around their house that are worth a lot of money, but they just haven't ever gotten around to selling. So that means that your old iPhone that you haven't used and you thought, oh, I'll have it as a backup. You don't need a backup. You need a house that's free of clutter. And so sell it online. You'll be absolutely gobsmacked how much money you can make from selling secondhand electronics. Christine, I made $150 on an iPad this past week. You're a legend, Christine. I hope that you're going to join our course. I think you would totally love it. $150 on an iPad. So probably it's not the, whatever it is, Air 2 or whatever it's at the moment. It probably was an older one. And Christine's gone and listed it and sold it and made some cash. So old gaming consoles, my kids sold their Wii this week. They made $80, I think, from selling their Wii. And it was the first generation Wii. But they kept it in good condition and they loved it and they sold it. So if you've got phones, tablets, computers, even if you've got old Blackberries and stuff like that, it sells. I'm honestly so surprised by how much old mobile phones sell for on eBay. So just have a look on there. And if you're not sure how to sell things online, let me know, because I have an online selling course you can have for free if you join the course. So that will help you to make money to join our course. So I think that so that was number 8. While I'm on that, if you're thinking, this is all well and great, Amy, but $400 is still a lot of money, have a quick look around your house and estimate in your mind the amount of money that you've spent on stuff in your house that you're not using. It's challenging, isn't it? Have a look around. Are there books you haven't read? Is there food that you haven't eaten? Are there clothes you haven't worn? Are there presents that you haven't given to people? What is there? Is there, what else can there be in homes that I see? Is there stuff you've bought online and never opened or never used, or that didn't fit or wasn't right and you forgot to return it? There's so much stuff in our homes. And if you've got, if you've looked around and you're adding it up, I almost guarantee you're passing $400 pretty quickly. So if you feel like you don't have the money, have a look around and think, what can I sell in here to get the money to join the course? Okay, number 9 is return unused items that are still in your purchased condition. So what we find is that lots of people have items in their home from online shopping that are not what they expected, wanted. The color's wrong, the size is wrong, the description wasn't quite right. But it's a lot of effort to take it back to the post office and return it. And that's what a lot of these companies rely on. They actually rely on the fact that you're too time poor to do that. You're too time poor to go and send it back. So you keep it at your house, which is clutter, which is money, which is things that you don't need anymore. And so I want to encourage you that if you've got like a dress in your wardrobe that you bought but never wore, excuse me, why don't you take it back to the shop that you got it from and get a refund? Or if you purchase something for one of your kids and that you don't think they're actually going to want it anymore, go and get a refund. Because there will be things sitting around your house that you can return. I've got the hiccups now, I'm getting so excited. So have a think about the ways that you can take things that are unused in your home and sell them. So you could take them back to the place that you bought them from or return them and get a refund, or you could sell them. Number 10 is give up something for a period of time. So if you're someone who purchases a coffee when you're out and about, or you purchase your lunch to go to work, or you're a Friday night takeaway family, or maybe you once a month go get a mani-pedi, or anything that is disposable income that builds up a lot over time. We had 8 people for dinner last night, I think, and we spent $80 on fish and chips. No, not $80, $50 on fish and chips. And I was really amazed. I was like, wow, that $50 went really fast on fish and chips for 8 people. But that's $50. And we could have made toasties for that night. And they were mostly kids, so I would, I'm not serving you toasties if you come to my house. But there's always a way to save money. So maybe it is actually giving up something that's important to you, like a mani-pedi, and saying, no, what's more important to me is investing in my mental health, investing in my home, and experiencing the joy and freedom that comes from that. That's number 10. And I'm just going to give you one bonus one. I know I said 10, but I came up with another one. Number 11 is to ask for this course as a gift or present from someone. So I've already had someone message me saying I'm going to ask for it for my Christmas present. And if you get birthday presents, Christmas presents, anniversary presents, anything, this is a great opportunity to ask people to put in. If you're expecting a baby, this can be your baby shower. If you're getting married, this can be like a wedding present. Like, think really creatively about how you can make this happen. Okay, I'm going to go through them for those of you who have just joined. I'm going to go through them just one more time, because people spend thousands and thousands of dollars to have Kirsty and I come and do our one-on-one VIP services. And it's awesome. They get the breakthroughs quickly. And that is the benefit of working with us one-on-one, is you get things done really quickly. But for many of you, the course is a brilliant option because you get us in a group context. So you get Kirsty and you get me and you get everybody in the group. And so if that is something that you want to do, let's make it happen. Let's not, have you caught up with, I can't afford it. Here's some really good options that you can do. And I'm sure people have other options too. Here we go. Felicity. Oh, yes, I forgot you did this, Felicity. She cut her cleaner down to fortnightly to save the money, $70 per week. Now, that's all I need. Oh, yeah, so that's all you need her now. And you don't have to rush around crazily to get the house ready when the cleaner comes. Felicity, I'd forgotten that you did that. That is awesome. You had told me that. And I love that. So Felicity, I think you might have actually, Felicity, seen me do something similar to this back in August and gone, that's it, I'm going to make it happen. So you could cut the cleaner down. Oh, that's so, so good. If it hurts enough, you find a solution. That's pretty much how money and life works. If there's a big enough problem, you find a solution. So let's go through the 11 ways that you can make $400 in the next 24 hours. So none of these are going to take you a year. Maybe giving up coffee will take a little bit longer. But let's go. You can claim your Medicare rebates, and you can do those online. Bank any checks that have been sent to you, but you haven't had a chance to bank. Take an extra overtime shift at your work, or get a new client, or find a way to use your time for money. Collect coins that are around your house and in your cupboards, in your drawers, in your handbags, in your phone cover, in the car. Go on a treasure hunt around your own house. Ring your insurance company and ask them to reduce your premiums by $400 over the next 12 months. Ring a bank, ask them to waive your annual fee so that you don't have to pay the annual fee, but effectively your bank is going to pay for you to join our online decluttering course. I did this week. This one is I rang my bank and I asked them to reduce my interest rate, so I would save at least $400 over the next 12 months. And they did it in about 3 minutes flat. And so for me, that was, I made $500 in 3 minutes, which is pretty good. That's not a bad hourly rate, is it? Number 8 is to sell electronics that you have around the house. So, we were just talking about selling the iPad. So Christine sold her iPad this week, made $150, put this towards joining our online course. Number 9 is to return any unused items to stores that you've purchased them from, or return anything that you have from online purchases that you don't need anymore. Number 10 is give up something for a little while. So choose to go without mani-pedis or coffees when you're out, or take your lunch to work. Don't have takeaway on Friday nights for a little while, and have family pasta nights or something that's less expensive, but just for a period of time, because your family is worth it. Your family is worth it. And number 11, as a bonus, is ask for the course as a present from someone that you love. So if you genuinely cannot afford, or none of these options are going to work for you, don't despair, because our podcast is free. And we give away so much information and ideas and encouragement and inspiration in our podcast every week. It is free. It will always be free. And so not everybody needs to do this, because as I said at the start, if you don't have the motivation and if you don't have a reason to want to do it, then there's not going to be anything driving you. But if you do have something that is driving you, like wanting to join our online course, then making $400 in 24 hours is actually really easy. I've just given you 11 ways you can do it, and there's probably another 25 ways, because if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. And it's not a luxury to feel relaxed and at ease and happy in your own home. That's actually not a luxury. That's something we want for all of you. So whether or not you use these 10 tips to make $400 to join our online course, or you use these 10 tips to make $400 to go to a day spa, or you make $400 from these 10 tips to go for a night away with your partner, it doesn't matter what you use these for, because once you have in your mind that you've got a goal and you've got something to work towards, you can make it happen. And that's why I wanted to come on and do this, because I don't want money to be the thing that holds you back. I just don't. I think you're so worth it, and I want you to see that you're worth it, that it is worth a phone call to the bank or a phone call to your insurance company. All of those things are easy and can be done really quickly. Now, the reason I'm so confident in this, as I said, is because I've done all those things. Just this week, to try it out, I rang and got my bank to reduce my interest rate. The great thing about that one is that that'll pay off every year. That's not just for the next 12 months. That's going to be an ongoing thing. So that might be the place to start if you're wanting to make some savings long term. So I say that you can make $400 in the next 24 hours with such confidence, because I've done it. I've done all those things that I've just told you about, and it works. Now, I can't tell you how to make $100,000 in the next 24 hours, because I've never made $100,000 in 24 hours. But $400 in 24 hours, we can totally do that. So if you feel stuck and you feel like you need some help in doing that, please let me know. We have the early bird for our course. It's open until Wednesday. But Sunday nights are the best time in the world to make a decision about a commitment that you're going to make to yourself. And that's because it's the start of the week and it's a fresh slate. And you get to say to yourself, actually, do you know what? Last week was awesome. I did that wardrobe declutter challenge, or I saw other people doing it. I want that for myself. And you can go and you can do it and you can smash it. And so join us tonight for $397. Join the early bird. And as I've said to anyone that joins tonight who wants my online selling course, got to get the words right, I will send that to you for free. So it's valued at $197. I will give that to you for free so that you can make back the money that you invest in our course. So as heaps of people, Felicity and others who are on the call have said, it is totally worth it. We would love to have you come and join us. So don't delay, come and do it tonight. You've heard the stories of the girls who have had their lives changed. I think Olivia's sharing tomorrow with you about how it has changed her family. Maybe Felicity will come and share. There's just so many great stories coming out of it, and we want you to be part of it. So if you've got questions, let us know. Kirsty and I would love to help you, and we would love to give you the tools that you need. Just don't let money be the thing that holds you back, because there's so much money out there, and if you want it bad enough, you can totally make it happen. So have a lovely Sunday night. I hope that we'll get some emails over the next hour or so saying this person's joined us, this person's made that decision, and comment if you've got any questions or you're watching this in replay. Have an awesome Sunday night, and we will speak to you soon. Bye.